I'm in 1991, Leeds and Crystal Palace, John Hell.
Thanks, Nick. It's raining quite heavily today at kick-off time. Leeds' fourth game of the week, a test of stamina, not just for the players, but for their loyal fans too. Carl Shutt starts a league game for the first time in 3 weeks, restored in place of Bobby Davison. He scored against Palace in only his second game in Leeds colours 2 years ago, did Carl Shutt. And he runs outright there, but didn't receive it from Strachan. Does get it now from Mel Sterland, though, and loses out to Andy Thorne. Palace always one of the most colourful sides in the league in terms of strip, and today's is a red and blue stripe number. And here they come with Mark Bright powering inside the penalty area. Vital tackle won by Mel Sterland. And an impressive foray from Bright. Good start by him. Both goalkeepers get tremendous length on their kicks, and speed climbs very well indeed. Shutt inside the area, trailed by Young. Turns it back beautifully. McAllister's in here. Now the turn is from Speed, who whips in the shot. Martin down to it. He's bowled it out very briskly here to John Solarco, who's got the pace up against Sterling. Oh, and a ricochet there which favours Palace. Solarco cutting it back. Here's Ian Wright, and a goal for Palace. Ian Wright with the header inside. Lukic is right and upright. And 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Well, it's a long run by Shutt, and he's going to get to the ball. It's put out of play for a Leeds corner. Shutt stuck to his task well there from that long ball up by Mel Sterland. Many people would have given it up as a hopeless cause, but not Carl Shutt. And Leeds have another corner. Strachan towards the penalty spot. Right with the flick on. Chris Fairclough dives in there. Not a bad effort from the centre-back. Good ball. Shutt to Strachan, and Sterland is outside of him. Leeds with several men calling for the ball through the middle. Chapman. Sterland again, but with two Palace men in the way, although Pardew merely turns it back to Whitlow, tries to get it onto his left foot, and it scrapes over the top of the crossbar. He's a left back, is Mike Whitlow, and he's very left-footed. Otherwise he would have had a real crack with his right foot. He was perfectly lined up for his right foot, but he had to get it onto his left, as you can see, and couldn't keep it down. And Pardew heads on, and Ian Wright's onside and inside the Leeds penalty area. Good little header back as well, and it will be a corner. Whitlow just got in with Pardew in a dangerous position. It's from Solarco. Oh, and it's danger, and it's got to be surely got over the line. No, Andy Gray, and Lukic tips it aside. Well, it seemed Palace simply had to score there. They didn't, and so Leeds come at the other end. Well, can they capitalise just as Palace did after a Leeds close miss? No. There's tremendous pace about the game. So much resting on it in terms of trying to get into Europe, and Leeds have done well here. It's going to be too long for Chapman, but nearly deflected into Speed's path by Humphrey. Chapman again going for it. It might break for McAllister to thump it in. Good sweeping shot from Gary McAllister. And he's not offside, and Gary Speed has a great chance here to equal things for Leeds United. It's against Martin, and Gary Speed puts Leeds level. 6 minutes from half-time, and the Crystal Palace offside trap is undone. Something at less to celebrate for the Leeds fans. And McAllister taking a lot of the credit, but Lukic with that long ball up there, and you see how they were stretched, and Gary Speed had found himself in space, and he went on and rolled it past Martin, and the man who scored at Palace has scored again here today. But he's so cool, is this young Welsh international, and he never had any fear there, and it's now Leeds 1, Crystal Palace 1. Shutt again taking it in his stride. Palace covering well for the moment. Here is Chapman again, and the header down. McAllister racing in, and Martin came from his line, and there was no foul by the Leeds man, and they eventually get it back to the Palace goalkeeper. With a little bit of hesitancy there, and Leeds nearly profited. And Nigel Martin knows it's a tough world when you're a goalkeeper, and the Chapman heading the ball down. He had to come from his line. McAllister did the right thing in trying to get in there. Wright's got him behind Fairclough. Palace finishing quite strongly now. The two number 4s, Gray and Batty, there together. Gray wins. And here's the cross. Fairclough out as far as Strachan, and the crowd roar for something to happen up at this end. Lovely back heel. Strachan sets McAllister going. Speed's on his left, so is Strachan. Here's Gordon Strachan now, trying to tee up Gary Speed. The chip coming over towards Chapman, and put out of play by Andy Thorne. Lovely approach by Leeds, who suddenly got the bit between their teeth again here, with Strachan trying to get Gary Speed into a good position, and the chip in. Chapman just couldn't get there before Thorne. Still the Leeds corner though. Strachan delightfully on the outside, tries to beat Martin, couldn't do so. White just can't turn on it, and Andy Gray takes it to safety. But again, Strachan so intuitive. It's Palace again looking now, with two men coming on this raid, and Fairclough must be swift to get back as the cross comes over towards Jeff Thomas. Lukic keeps it out, but it's a winner from Solarco. And the Palace fans are sent into ecstasy by what surely must be a winning goal from John Solarco. There was the break down the right that caused the problem. Thomas with the header, bravely kept out by Lukic, but Solarco on hand to pounce. And it really has been a disastrous week for Leeds United. Lukic did all he could, but Solarco accepted the gift. Well into injury time now at Ellen Road. Leeds 1, Crystal Palace 2. Speed knocking it down. Pearson forward. Chapman's in the penalty area. There's his header off the mark. So Lee Chapman couldn't find the net for a 22nd time this season. And as a result, it seems that the points are going back to London. He got in there all right to get on the end of Pearson's ball. Never looked like beating Martin though. And the final score then here at Ellen Road, a disappointing one for Leeds United. Really, I suppose in many ways it is a bit of an end to their season, because having been knocked out of so many cup competitions, they now lose out to the side immediately above them in the First Division, and Crystal Palace go 12 points clear of Leeds.
Today was really typical of what's happened to us in the last month. We've had absolutely no luck. We dominated the game today. We created the chances. I think the two strikes there and Haddon target went in. At Everton, things hit the post, came back off the keeper. We've just got to keep going.